Is it a false hope, Gina, to say that, to think about next summer? We've sort of slightly given up on Christmas, although Andrew Pearce was saying don't give up just yet. But, should we have hope? I mean, we all need hope. That's the issue. People have given up their holidays this year. Lots of people have obviously been poorly with it. And you just think that, gosh, OK, if I can get my head round, maybe Easter next year or maybe summer next year, we can actually start feeling normal again. Or is that actually just giving ourselves false hope?
I think you're right. We all need hope at the moment, don't we? Because it's been a pretty grim few months. The key is not to make sure that is not unrealistic hope. So make sure the timescales are realistic. And I think summer next year is a more realistic timescale. From what's being said, it looks as if we may have vaccine available at the very end of this year that could be given to selected groups of people, such as healthcare workers, and perhaps even begin to vaccinate the elderly. But that's going to take a long time to work through the whole population. And so, realistically, in terms of a vaccine that's going to have a population-wide impact, I think this is going to be a while yet.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because we've seen test and trace sort of have a very, very rocky path. And I think faith in whether the government or the Department of Health can actually organise distributing a vaccine is actually probably quite low.
I think you're right. And that's the one reason I think we need to be careful about not raising false hope. I always say it's better to promise little and then over-deliver, because people will go with you on that. And they are feeling a little bit cynical about some of these bold headlines. It's much better that people, I think, at the moment are cautious, but positive and optimistic, but in a measured way. And then I think people will have more trust. And that's really important at the moment.
That's the thing, Tim, isn't it? I mean, I know you're not a medical person, but I know you've found out a lot about this. The vaccines generally, even the best vaccine in the world for any disease is only usually 50 to 70% effective, in the sense that there'll always be some people that it doesn't work for. There'll always be some people that still get sick. There's always issues, and you just have to manage that as well. Why do you believe so strongly that it's the answer? Not just because you're taking part in the trial, but I know it's something you believe in anyway.
Well, yes. I mean, I believe in it because it's really our best hope at the moment. There are an awful lot of people suffering terribly with this disease right around the world, as they used to, as I said before, with smallpox and polio. I remember when I was a child, children going around on crutches because they were permanently disabled by polio. And now you never see a polio victim because of the vaccine. So even if we have to have it every year, like a flu vaccine, or even 6 months, if it stops the pandemic and we can all get back to being normal, let's do it.